a very warm welcome. A big one today, and rumours. Now, I must stress these are rumours, but a respected journalist has come out and said Sergio Perez is going to announce his retirement at Mexico. I'm pretty sure the same story came out last year. Is this just for clicks or what? Sergio Perez at the centre of a new F1 retirement rumour. Now, I've followed a source regarding F1. This source is pretty strong, but I don't know about this one. I did call Adrian Newey to Aston Martin. I also called Ricciardo and Lawson would be in. Bottas is going to sign for Audi. But this one I'm actually not sure about. It is rumours. Nothing is set in stone. And I'm pretty sure they reported this last year. So, let's see what it says. Red Bull and Sergio Perez have worked out a plan to announce his retirement from F1 at Mexico Grand Prix. Obviously, Sergio is Mexican. We see a lot of drivers get announced at their home Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli being one of them. Italian announced as a Mercedes driver. Respected F1 journalist Joe Saward, who believes another Red Bull driver exit could be on the cards just after Daniel Ricciardo's exit. Perez's future has been the subject of much speculation. We're always hearing about it. Is he going to say? Is he going to sign? You know, there's pressure on Sergio Perez. He's had a torrid season. He showed some form at Baku and then he got taken out by Sainz. And then he was back to shit at the last round. Inconsistent by Sergio Perez, and before he went to Red Bull, he was a very underrated driver. He's been doing this a long time. Remember back in his Sauber days, he was a right good driver in Sauber, 2012, where he should have won the Malaysian Grand Prix. Started his career in 2011. We're now in 24. Singapore, he was back to his awful, inconsistent self. Perez's future has been the subject of much speculation, the 34-year-old having to contend with persistent questions surrounding his future. But while Red Bull boss Christian Horner's summer break announcing that Perez will continue with the team, quashed talk of a mid-season exit. Saward is coming out with this. The journalist claims Red Bull and Perez have worked out a plan to make the announcement in Mexico. As for who could replace him, the journalist says Red Bull have been impressed with Oscar Piastri, who is managed by Mark Webber. So this is why I think this one is no. What? So Perez is going to announce his retirement at Mexico. Oscar Piastri is going to go to Red Bull, and then Bortoleto is going to go to McLaren. It seems a bit too far-fetched. And with McLaren having to balance two number one drivers, Red Bull are seeing chinks in the working armour. The rumour has even led to McLaren telling their reserve driver Bortoleto not to join Audi, as there might be a potential for him to step up into the McLaren race seat, says Saward. Of course, it should not be noted this is not the first time it's been said Perez will make a retirement announcement at his home race, as it did the rounds last season. And Perez, we got words from him last year. What did he think about these? I also read that. I'm just laughing at it. There's nothing I can do. That sums up my season. A guy says something about me, then all of a sudden it becomes true. So, yeah. At the minute, I'm calling this one bullshit. Perez needs to improve. There's no doubt about it. The reason Red Bull will not win the Constructors is down to Sergio Perez. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing by Sergio Perez. He's not won enough races at Red Bull. He's not consistent enough. There was a stat going round about Logan Sargent out-qualifying him. I mean, that's a guy who's gone. So, yeah. I'm just bringing up the standards to see where Sergio... I mean, he lies 8th. 8th in the drivers. He's so good at Baku. Just watching the two battle, Piastri and Leclerc, hoping they would collide and he goes through. So good at Baku. And then we get to Singapore. He's absolutely shite again. I don't understand it. And out of the top 4 teams, he is last in that aspect. He's 8th in the drivers in a Red Bull. Not good enough. Nowhere near good enough. Yeah. And Red Bull are now 2nd in the constructors, and that is one man, one reason, Sergio Perez. He's not scored enough points. Look at the standings. Max has 331. Sergio is in 144. Again, we call for him to be let go, and they cling on. They cling on. And how many times have we seen that this season? Cling on to Ricardo, he's out the door. Cling on to Sargent, he's out the door. Cling on to Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United, he'll be out the door. Perez, clinging on. I mean, that is embarrassing. He's almost 200 points behind Max. Wow. Jesus. Wow. I mean, yeah, he's almost 200 points off Max. It's actually 187 points of his teammate. Wow, that blows my mind. So yeah, what do you make of these comments? I mean, they came out last year, they've came out this year. Maybe it's just for clicks. This journalist wants to get clicks, headlines about his name, get his whatever he does out there. Yeah, wow. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you think this one is bullshit? I've called 3 of them. I'm not calling this one. This is rumours, and I stress they're rumours. This is not me saying this. This is Joe Saward saying this. Sergio Perez at the centre of a new F1 retirement plan in place. Yeah, Joe Saward. I can't say I've heard of him. A respected F1 journalist. Yeah, going to be interesting to see what people make of this one. Comment down below. You believe this is true or bullshit? Adios. Adios.